Sometimes the
just a little
strongest
more.
people break where nobody can
For
see.
you, kiddo.
At 11:48 p.m., Victoria Sterling stepped into the private elevator
Reject
on
the
the
offer
42nd
immediately.
floor, still pretending she
Yes,
had everything
ma'am.
under control.
And silence
White
this
silk
number.
blouse,
I'll
red
deal with it
pencil
later.
skirt, diamond earrings worth more than most people's homes, and tears she prayed nobody would notice. The only problem? She wasn't alone. Marcus Reed was already inside. A black single father working the overnight maintenance shift, toolbox in one hand, quiet eyes, the kind of man who looked like he carried heavy things without ever talking about them. Victoria quickly wiped her face, tightened her jaw, as if she could erase the moment before it became real. "Long night," she said softly. Marcus glanced up, then nodded once. "Yeah, that was all. No staring, no fake sympathy, no uncomfortable questions, and somehow that made it worse. Because everyone always expected Victoria Sterling to be strong. Nobody ever let her fall apart. The elevator suddenly jerked, hard. Victoria grabbed the railing. The lights flickered, once, twice. Then everything went black. A heavy silence settled over the small space. A second later, the emergency lights switched on, dark red. The elevator suddenly felt smaller, closer. Nowhere to run. Victoria tried to steady her breathing. Tried, failed. Marcus calmly set down his toolbox and opened the emergency panel. No panic, no frustration, just calm. The kind of calm people trusted without knowing why. Then her phone buzzed. One voicemail. She looked down, accidentally pressed play, and a man's broken voice filled the elevator. "Victoria." A pause, a painful pause. Then 4 words. 4 words that shattered her world. "Your father's gone." Silence, complete silence. Victoria froze. The phone slipped from her hand, hit the floor. Neither of them moved. For a moment, she couldn't breathe, couldn't think, couldn't even remember how to stand. Her hand started shaking, then her shoulders, then everything else. Because grief doesn't care how powerful you are. It doesn't care about money, titles, or billion-dollar companies. It only cares that someone you love is gone. For the first time in years, the billionaire disappeared. The CEO disappeared. The woman everyone admired disappeared. And all that remained was a daughter whose heart had just broken. Marcus looked at her. Only once, exactly 1 second. Long enough to understand, short enough to respect her pain. Then he quietly turned away, giving her privacy in a place where privacy shouldn't have existed. No advice, no speech, no empty words, just dignity, just space, just kindness. And standing beneath that red emergency light, with tears she could no longer hide, Victoria realized something she hadn't felt in a very long time. Someone wasn't looking at her wealth. Someone wasn't looking at her title. Someone wasn't looking at the billionaire. For the first time, someone saw the woman behind the mask, and neither of them knew it yet. But that was the moment everything changed.